Hi, everyone. Oh, wait, wrong camera. That one. Hi, everyone. How are you all doing tonight? Hope you guys are having a wonderful week. Um, it's been a crazy week, so I just needed to kind of come. Well, believe it or not, this is the first time I'm sitting down at my sewing machine in the last 2 weeks. It's not that I haven't been working on stuff. I've been actually working on the long arm, doing long arm quilting. So yeah. But I've been working on like editing certain videos and doing other things related to Treasure Heart creation. So, um, but it's nice to kind of come back to the sewing machine. Oh, Juki James. I think that's what I'm officially calling him, or the sewing machine. You figure after 7 years I would come up with a name for it. So I think I'm settling on that. But first off, let's do some shout outs, see who's here. Hello, Miss Donna Hoffler. And Mozilla's here. Vera Weeks is saying howdy. Howdy, Vera. Um, hello, Miss Kim Burris. How are you? Hope everything is okay. And guess who it is? It's Miss Nancy. Hello, Nancy. Pieces, love, and quilting. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing good. Um, let's see who else is here. Hey, Kathleen. Jackie. Hello, Jackie. And Pearl Medina from Moreno Valley, California. Hey, Pearl. And we got a lot of people saying hi to each other. Just kind of scrolling down. I hope I don't miss anybody. Again, if I missed you, I am terribly sorry. I know Oh, I see Linda Faust is here. Hey, Linda. Claudette Bettis. Hey, girl. How you been? I was just in your neck of the neighborhood. Last weekend. Yeah. And I guess you can kind of know, well, I guess you know what fabric shop I was at. Diane Watson is here. Hello, Diane. Mary Jane Ellinger is here. Hey. Chris Smith Calvo. Happy Tuesday. All right. I got a fingerprint on my glasses. Okay. No wonder I was looking at that camera. I couldn't see. Hello, Miss Terry Cooper. So, as I was saying, these past 2 weeks have been really rough. Just a lot of stuff going on personally, and I got a lot of things done concerning like future videos. There's one video in which I'm waiting for confirmation because I'm actually borrowing some video clips from some other people. But it'll be a special video, one that's very special to me, so you can look forward to that. And I figure I just received 2 very late birthday cards, so I figure I can kind of use this opportunity to open them live just to let these people know that I did see them, even if they are catching it on the replay. So let's see. I didn't test this camera out. There it is. So I'm trying to just hide the address there, but oh, it's upside down. Sorry. Is it upside down? I think it is. No. Okay. I apologize if it's upside down. Let's see what this is. Ooh. Wow, that is a beautiful card. And it just says, is it upside down? I can't tell. I know the words are going to be backwards. That I can't help, but. So it just says thank you at the top and for everything. Oh, and look at this. She sent me a little fat quarter. Haha, from Texas. Oh, it's two 10-inch squares. Haha. Wow. Love that print. You know what this reminds me of when I look at something like this, or I don't know why, although it doesn't, the print doesn't really refer to it, but it just oh, there it is. Route 66. Yep. And it is upside down. No? Yeah. Sorry about that. But yeah, when I look at this, it makes me smile because I like prints like this for some reason. And yep, I do see Route 66 there. And let's see, is this one any different? Oh, let me move this out of the way. Texas, Texas. Everything is bigger in Texas. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. I will definitely be using these in a future quilt somewhere. So, there was the card. And it just says, oh, sorry. It just says thank you at the top. And, oh, I like this print. Good. I like that paper print. Okay. So thank you. You know who you are. I did receive the card. Thank you so very, 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 very much. Okay, it is upside down. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, the thing with cameras is the images get flipped around. And I don't have my letter opener here, so I'm just gonna... Okay, so this card is actually from a very good friend of mine. She's not a quilter, but she does... Well, she subscribed to the channel just to be supportive, even though half the time she doesn't know what I'm talking about or what we're talking about. Oh, God. And this is the type of humor that she has. And the wine glass. Yep. She specifically chose this. She really knows who I am. Ooh, Starbucks. Okay. Aww. Starbucks gift card. That reminds me of something. I was watching something on Starbucks. I'll talk about it a little later, but thank you, thank you. Oh gosh, that is just hilarious. Oh, so the sentiment inside is why limit happy to an hour? Happy birthday. Oh, thank you. Okay. But yeah, this woman, she's a very good friend of mine. Although I haven't seen her in a long, well, since the pandemic, because we've all been locked down. And she lives in a different part of town from me, but I used to live closer to her. And you know, when we first met, she was like a mother to me, because she was always just trying to make sure that I was okay. Of course, this is like years ago when I was a lot younger and still kind of like in my early 30s, just kind of getting my life together. So she was kind of concerned, and you know, we got to talking a lot. So it's always good to have those types of friends around you. Okay. Haven't done a stitch for the last 2 months. Itching to get back at it. Well, come on, Mozilla, let's go. Hey, Judith from Alexandria, Kentucky. Okay. Diane Watson, hello. If I can't remember if I did say hello to you. Hey, Jim. Oh, Jim, I do have your package. It's gonna be in the mail tomorrow. I dropped it off, but I was a little too late at the post office, so I think it's gonna start making its way to you tomorrow. I do apologize for the delay with that. But just know it's on its way. Hey, Judy. Okay, let me go back to the duel. Okay, so what is everybody up to tonight? As I said, I haven't had much time in my sewing room or at Juki James here. So I figure I've been doing sewing. Well, I have been sewing, but mostly on the long arm, which is behind the computer here. But, I had accumulated a lot of quilt tops that needed to be quilted. So I figure, I don't feel like sewing anything. Let's do some long arming. So I needed to catch up with that. And, well, when you get a quilt quilted, you get a lot of strings. And so I figure time to wrangle this box in again. So that's why I'm just sewing some strings tonight. But I do need more strings for the quilt that somebody asked me to do for them. So, yeah. So that's what I figure I'd do. And I didn't want to do like a complicating project tonight or any kind of complicating block where I had to think and measure and cut precisely. So I just wanted to sit here, sew, chat, and chat with all of you. So that's what I'm doing tonight. Hello, Marie Johns. How are you? So I got started on a few of them. Oh, I already got that fabric. Ooh, I'll do this. No. I just need a little small sliver just to cover this one small spot. So I'll do this. Wait, no, I'll do it like that. Is that going to actually work? Or am I going to... Nope. Well, I can use... No. Oh, well, I'll throw that on the table. Do I have a crumb piece that can work? Let's see. See, I've been working on my crumbs. This is what's left of everything. Don't have much. I can use this and I can use that. Okay. Let's see. Oh, let me go back a little bit. Judy Hebert is saying taking a break from the Hunter Star block. Oh, that's a big challenge there, Judy. You can do it. You can do it. Just finished a Hunter Star pillow for the couch. Wow. That's one block that I still have yet to do, believe it or not. Kathleen Champ is sewing 4 patches together. Sewing with friends is amazing. Yes, it is. Goes by much faster and much more enjoyable. And Donna Hoffler is working on another scrappy charity quilt. Well, thank you, Kathleen. Although it was kind of a little couple weeks ago, these cards were just kind of late because they got caught in the mail. But at least they made it here, so. Spent yesterday organizing an FPP pattern and fabric. Today played with my Cricut. Oh, Jackie, how do you like the Cricut? Because I hear good and bad things about it. I almost bought one, but then I said, nah, I don't think I need one. And I actually don't need one. Or I feel like I don't need one, I should say. Yeah, I remember this fabric from the baby quilt. Speaking of which, the baby quilt is one of those quilts that's in the queue for long arming. So what was I going to talk about? I said I was going to talk about something later. Oh, Starbucks. Wait, let me catch up with comments. Sorry. I love to long arm the charity quilt. Ooh, yeah, that's a good time to practice long arm quilting or free motion quilting is on charity quilts because, well, nobody's really going to care about the stitch quality, and it's a good time to just practice your designs. Let's see. Hey, Mary. I'm just here for a moment. Well, thanks for stopping by. Just listening and looking at the screen is making my eyes water. Oh, I'm sorry, Nancy. Hello, Miss Remo J. Thank you for reminding everybody to thumbs up. And my best friend took me to a huge fabric warehouse for my birthday. Oh, lucky you, Marie. Diane Watson says, I have a Cricut Maker 3 and love it. Oh, okay. It's a first dive surgery. Well, happy late birthday. I thought maybe we shared the same day. I still love celebrating with you and everybody. Oh, thank you, Kathleen. Marty just made iridescent fairy wings for her cosplay for Renaissance Fair. Is she going to dye her hair again? Purple or blue? Okay, that's... Hello, Miss Tiffany. How are you? Hope you're doing okay. I caught a little bit of your live today. Just like 5 seconds of it, and then I got called to a meeting on my lunch hour. So I'll have to see what you got. So I was going to talk about Starbucks. You know, this past weekend, I've been trying to, well, I was actually on the, I don't want to say subway, the metro here in Southern California. And I do have a car. Nothing's wrong with the car. I was just decided to take the metro because the area or where I was headed was actually into downtown Los Angeles. And if you know anything about southern or downtown Los Angeles, parking is horrendously expensive. There are certain parking lots there, they will charge you $15 an hour, and that's on the cheap side. So if I head to downtown Los Angeles, I'm not taking my car because it's just not worth paying that much for parking. But while I was on the metro, I was watching a video on YouTube, and it was a video about a certain nonprofit that is in southeast Southeast Asia, in which what they do is it's connected to the YWCA of Malaysia, I think. Yeah. And what they do is when customers in Malaysia, they can go to a Starbucks, buy a bag of those coffee grounds, and drink coffee. When they're done with the bag, they can actually take the bag back to Starbucks and get a small credit for it for their purchase. And what Starbucks does is they will then give it to this organization connected to the YWCA. And what the YWCA does with it is they will actually train women to learn how to sew. And they make pouches, they make bags, they make fashion accessories out of it. Then in turn, after they're done with making whatever it is, they hand it back to Starbucks. Starbucks pays them a wholesale price and then sells it in the store. And however many products you make, I think the deal was that Starbucks will pay you the wholesale price plus you'll get a cut of the sale. And I thought, ooh, that's interesting. So, a lot of countries in Southeast Asia have been accused of, because there's a lot of plastic waste, there's a lot of awareness of how to reuse it, how to be sustainable. And so artists, businesses, people are kind of rallying around that to sort of curtail this one-use plastic problem. And Starbucks, in a way, was kind of trying to jump on the bandwagon with that. So, thought it was interesting. If I can find the link to the video, I will put it in the description after the video or after the replay goes on live, or the replay gets posted to YouTube, I should say. But something worth checking out if you have time, or if you just kind of want to have something playing while you're sewing, because I thought it was really interesting and what this organization is really doing, and the quality of the products that they're producing is kind of mind-boggling. Like, you look at it and it's like, that's from a coffee bag. Wow. So, yeah. It's a 9:10 to 10:10. No purchasing of sewing supplies. Okay, Remo, it's on. I hope she's not going to do her hair. It's so cute, blonde. Okay, Mary. The eye doctor says I got dry eye. I don't understand why they call it that when they water a lot. It's a catch-22, I guess, Nancy. Okay. So what I meant, I need to cover that corner. Did I put a blue? No. Oh, dropped it. Okay. So, what's been happening with me? Well, as I was saying, last week was kind of crazy. I didn't tell you guys this story last weekend, but last Sunday, I actually did a hike to. I was out hiking along the California coastline, and this particular area, or this beach, if you can call it a beach, it wasn't the scenery was, it was beautiful out there. It was a nice sunny day. But the shoreline, I do say beach, but kind of take it with a grain of salt because the shoreline was not a white sand beach. It was a rocky shoreline with pebbles and loose rock, kind of like gravel. And so the ground was very unstable, but I wanted to do this hike just to get it in, I guess. And what had happened was, oh, she's not here tonight, but what had happened was, as I was walking alongside the shoreline, I slipped. I didn't exactly fall to the ground. I did slip. And when you slip, you might not fall to the ground, but your body kind of reacts to try and get its balance. And in that motion, I actually twisted my back. And that was Sunday. And at first, it was like, okay, I can still kind of move. But by Monday, it got really bad. So Monday, I was just kind of bedridden. Tuesday, it kind of felt okay. So, which is why I was able to do the live last week, Tuesday. And then I got some quilting done. But Wednesday, I think I just aggravated it even more. So again, I was bedridden and I couldn't even get up, roll out of bed. So I was crawling everywhere, which was still painful. Thursday got a little better, but Friday I finally got an appointment to the chiropractor, and oh my gosh, this chiropractor knew what he was doing because all he did was just twist my back a certain way, and all you heard was crack. And it's like when that feeling of tension release just goes away, it's like, oh, that felt so good. So Friday, yeah, I could finally kind of walk, and I was walking by Friday night. I was feeling a lot better. There was hardly any pain. Saturday, I spent most of the day just catching up or kind of working on the long arm. And then Sunday, Sunday, I was just trying to get some videos done, get some editing done. So, yeah. Hey, Rhonda Barlow. How are you, girl? Oh, Jim says he can't use eye drops. They burn. So, Vera Weeks is making notebook covers that I found on Listen Learn channel. I like to have little gifts on hand for gifts. I'm having fun quilting on them and making them. I think I saw that video, Vera, so I was kind of thinking maybe I should do that too. Let me know how they turn out. Okay, less talking, more sewing for now. And so, yesterday I did, well, of course, all of last week I was just not able to go into work. So when I went into work yesterday, of course, there was a lot of stuff that I needed to catch up with. And even today, I was still playing catch up with a lot of things. And tomorrow, I will continue to play catch up with a lot of things. Okay, that one's done. I'll trim it later. But, am I going to do that hike again? You betcha. Because I didn't actually finish it. Nope. Turned around halfway. Yeah, okay. Ooh, that's thick. But, ooh. So, yeah. But since I was bedridden most of the time, or for most of last week, I got lost in my own thoughts. And when that happens, it can be scary because that's when some crazy ideas come out. So, one of the things I was kind of thinking about, with the holidays approaching, I was like, do we want to do a Christmas quilt along? Or do we want, or I don't know what I was going to do for the holidays or towards December, I should say. And I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do one, but if I do, it's just going to be like a video where you can just put the whole quilt together in one day. Something easy, but after last year, I mean, that was a lot of work. Well, I just made it a lot of work for myself too, but I don't know. Is anyone else planning to do a quilt or join a quilt along? Oh, thank you, Kim. I love the chiropractor. Glad you went. Yes, I'm definitely glad I did get. I got squeezed in at the last minute last Friday, so yeah, he definitely took care of me. The chiropractor scares me. Oh, Marie, you got nothing to be scared of. Well, the sound of the cracking of the bones, well, it's not really your bones that are cracking, it's just release of pressure that builds up. But I know the sound can be scary, but with the feeling, oh my gosh. My eyes were rolling backwards. My daughter just told my good job. It's been 2 months and no fabric bought. Ooh, good job, Jim. Haven't bought fabric or supplies in over 6 months. I'm trying to use what I have. Wow, way to go, Kim. 6 months, really? I think the longest I ever went was 4 months. And then I make a trip down to Orange County. More specifically in Anaheim. Hello, Miss Shirley. How are you? Okay, Kim. I mean, again, no rush on that. But I'll let you know when it's here. Phyllis G says, I like to use muslin instead of paper. Yeah, sometimes I do use muslin as a backing. Paper, well, I just use paper because, again, this is just newspaper and it's free. Muslin, you don't have to rip it out, in which you can just, once you got the string to the side or squared up to the size that you want it to, that's it. You can just put it in a quilt. But I don't mind using the paper. I mean, again, newspaper is free because we just get it in the weekly mailer. So, plus I figure I can use it or make use of it. It does not hurt, but when the pain is finally gone, you are glad you went. Yes, definitely, Donna. I've used muslin and old sheets. Both work, but it can create problems for a long armor. I suppose. I just never, whenever I used muslin as a foundation, it never created a problem for me. Tiffany, if you're still here, does that actually create a problem? Does the newspaper print come off the fabric? No, I've never seen it do that, but even if it does, it's on the back of it's on the wrong side of the fabric, and I rarely see it come through. But even if it does, I don't really care because most of these quilts are just going to go to people that are either charity quilts or how do I say this nicely? They are, oh, they're not really quilt worthy. Let's just put it that way. And they know what they're getting. Is that long enough? Yep, that's long enough. Let's sew. Okay, and that was totally sewn way off. Yeah, that is not a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I don't care. It's just a string quilt. Okay, and then Eric, did you get your e-gift? Was that you? Or actually, you know what, Remo, I will talk to you about that on Zoom Sunday. Okay, I just got to make sure that I'm not clicking on an illegitimate, because there's multiple that came through. Yeah, and if you heard that, you heard it correctly. There will be a Zoom sew and chat this Sunday. I will be posting the information about that later on in the Treasure Heart Creations Facebook group. Or if you want to join, you can also send me an email. I'll send you the information with the links. And we've been getting some interesting discussions on there, shall we say. Those of us who, I mean, we've been doing this for a number of years, and we became Zoom buddies. Okay, so Tiffany says super bulky seams. There is way more layer, so the machine will struggle. But I have quilted for many people who have used muslin as a foundation many times. I literally just quilted one a month ago. It will go wonky and take some work to keep it straight with muslin back, but a good long armor with experience should be able to do it. Okay. Yeah. Again, the quilts that I've done using muslin as a backing or as a foundation, and then putting like a very thin layer of batting, or like just junk batting, cheap batting, I should say, and then putting the backing. I've never had a problem with it. The other thing too, though, is if I am using a muslin foundation, I tend to, or when I start sewing the blocks together, I tend to press those seams open so it lays a lot more flat. I know there's a lot of people who are, like, when we start talking about how to press or which way to press seams, you know, there's a lot of discussion about that, but that's just my own personal choice. Recycling is a good thing. Glad you're feeling better. Taking a tumble is never fun. Oh, thank you, Sheila. And yes, recycling is a good thing. One of the other things I've been actually looking on YouTube for is inspiration on how to do certain, or if there's, like, there's got to be people out there that have, that can, or have tutorials about what you can do with plastics. And so I've been looking for ideas about that. I gotta say, there's been some really creative things that I've seen. Sad part is most of these people are in, no surprise, Southeast Asia or over in Europe. And I don't think there's a lot of Americans doing that, so maybe we'll start a trend. I get all kinds of ads in my mailbox. I decided to start using them for something besides setting fresh cookies on. Okay. Why are you using newspaper to sew the strips together? Okay, so this newspaper, Rhonda, is just going to be sort of like when you do paper piecing. It holds everything together. When you don't have to use newspaper, I just like to use it because usually when I do string blocks like this, I just make them and stash them somewhere. And who knows when I'll be able to use them. But you could sew the strings even without the newspaper. You could use a muslin. You can use some other fabric. I just like to use the newspaper because it holds it together. Over time, these blocks, what I've noticed is when I don't use the newspaper, these blocks can stretch depending on how I store them. They can go wonky in all different sorts of ways. So the newspaper kind of holds it together and helps to keep its shape. Because again, I'm not going to use these blocks like right away. I could be years before I use them. Some of these, well, I do have a stack of blocks here somewhere, in which I made them 1 year ago, and because of the newspaper, it's kept its shape. Yeah. Most of the time when you have a foundation, some sort of foundation, whether it's newspaper, whether it's muslin, the reason why you put it on that foundation is just so that when you sew it together and you trim it down, it doesn't get all wonky. Because what does tend to happen is these seams, they're not, it can stretch itself out. So yeah, that's the primary reason why I do it. But I do know that some people don't use they don't use any kind of foundation. They don't use muslin. They don't use newspaper. They just sew the strips together, and that's perfectly fine too. So there's no real right or wrong to that. It's just whatever preference or whatever works for you. And I found that using newspaper works for me. And then again, I sometimes, if I have extra fabric that I just really don't want to use in a quilt, like my ugly fabric, I'll cut that up and use that as my foundation. Okay. Hey, Ms. Damali. Okay, Marie. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. I just sew fabrics to each other, no foundation. Okay, see, that's perfectly fine. I'm so done with the heat. Me too. 97 and 98 again next week. Oh, gosh. Okay, kids, need to head to bed. Getting a headache. Be good. Take care. Glad your back is better. Thank you, Mary. Wow, it's already 8:20. just realized I got a ton of brown fabric. I don't know why, or I don't know where this came from. I'll just use the white. I'm not gonna care if there's already a white strip on here. And look at that, that purple fits right there. What size paper are you using? This is a 6.5-inch square, and I use this size because, well, that's the size square ruler that I have. I used to make them like 12.5, but then they would take forever to do. So, and most of the times when I did it, or when I used to do it at that 12.5-inch size, most of the time I was actually cutting it down in half anyway. So I'm like, why am I doing this? Let me just save myself the extra step and make a 6.5 instead. A lot of times I will take a string block and make some half square triangles out of it and make a sawtooth star. Or I will put 4 of them together to make the diamond. And that'll make a 12-inch block anyway. So, yeah, for me, I find that a 6.5-inch square is a good size for me. But, you know, you do you. Doesn't have to be 6.5 inches. I know some people use the 12-inch just because they want to get like a quick charity quilt done. And when you make like a 12.5-inch square, you're going to see that quilt grow really fast. So, what? And I'll put this one. I need to say good night. My work day starts early. Have a great rest of your night, everyone. Good night, Terry. Thanks for stopping by. Before trimming the block, I do a stay stitch 1/8 of an inch from the edge. Cut edge as the outer edges are biased. Prevents the block from stretching out of shape. Yep. That's a good tip too. That is a very good tip. So what Shirley or Around to It is saying, so after I trim this block, to prevent the stretch, especially if I don't have a foundation, you could do like a stitch all around the edges there and use a 1/8 of an inch allowance. That'll work too. Wow, this is turning out to be a lesson in string blocks. So, Good night, Patty. Those two 10-inch squares can only be bought at Stitch in Heaven in Texas. It's made specially for their shop. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for that, Vera. Okay. Are you going to do more episodes like you did called The First Stitch? Mozilla, there is a video in queue. The reason why I'm not releasing it though is because I do have some video footage from another YouTuber, and before I put it out there on the public, I just want to make sure that this YouTuber is going to be okay with me kind of copying her footage. So I haven't put it out just yet, but as soon as I get a hold of this person, that video will go up. So I'm hoping to get it up sometime this weekend. And well, if you want to see or if you want to hear what it's about, it's actually about how I created this, or what gave me the idea of creating this channel. A couple of years ago, I was at the Houston International Quilt Festival with another YouTuber, and at that time I was not doing videos on YouTube. I was just following this person, and we just so happened to plan a trip together in Houston. We rented an Airbnb, and after like going to the quilt show, we were at the home, or the Airbnb, and we just were sitting around the dining table, and we were just kind of sewing, chatting, and just kind of, I don't want to say gossiping, but we were just talking. And she kind of gave me the idea, hey, Eric, you should do a YouTube channel. I bet you would have a lot of followers or be very popular on YouTube. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so at that time. But, over as time went by, I kind of come back to that thought of starting a YouTube channel. And then finally, I think in 2021, wait, was it 2021? What year is this? 2023. Yeah, 2021. I just said, okay, what the heck? Let's just do this. No, wait. How many years ago was it? 2020. Gosh, I don't even know. Anyway, I just said, you know what? Let's just do this. And so that was the start of the channel. And I made a special quilt because there is a certain milestone. Well, when you create a YouTube channel, there's certain milestones that you hit, and it's a reason to celebrate, really. I hit 1,000 subscribers fairly quickly, and once you hit 1,000 subscribers, you can start getting some, what they call monetize your channel, in which all the advertisements that YouTube puts when your video's playing, all these advertisements, they pay you a very small percentage, but something. And so when you hit the 1,000 subscribers, you start to get paid, and that's how you make money off of the commercials. And did that happened fairly quickly, and so now 2 years later, I'm at a much, I don't want to say influential spot, but a much better spot. And I just wanted to create a quilt and tell the story of this quilt on this video. And the video kind of explains, again, the history or the thought process of why I even started this YouTube channel. So that's coming up. I also do have another quilt in which it's taking me time to do, because emotionally this is the hardest quilt for me to make, and it took me 7 years to finally come back to this quilt. So that's also in the works. So yeah, there is more episodes like that coming down. Actually, I'm glad you asked that, because that was one of the things I thought of talking about. So but yeah. So those are coming down the pipeline. So be be ready for those. Okay, so it's about 8:30. Try to keep it to about an hour. Good night, Judy. Oh, thank you, Mozilla. Hey, Sen. Well, you're late, but we're about to wrap up. But you can always catch the replay. Oh. Wow, it's been that long ago. Yes, Rhonda, it's been a fun journey, and it went by fast. So, oh, one other thing. Now, for those of you who are members of the Facebook group, I did put a post almost a month ago that there is a certain giveaway that's being done, and the deadline is coming up really soon. I think it's this Friday, so don't forget about that. If you're not a member of the Treasure Heart Creations Facebook group, go join, and you can kind of see what I'm giving away. There's been a lot of people just kind of posting all of pictures about their own applique blocks. So, yeah. And I can tell that some people really want that prize. We'll look forward to your next episode. Okay, Mozilla. And let's see. Ooh, I dropped a piece of fabric here. Oh, that's where that went. Yeah, so got a few more videos coming down the pipeline, as I just mentioned, again, with the story behind, I'm calling it the thank you quilt, or the friendship quilt. There's that one. There's the quote about Dad. There is I got to get started on the next installment of the Scraps, Strips, Strings, and Crumbs series. Be working on that this weekend, so be looking forward to that. Yeah. Other than the first couple, if videos have seen each one as they come out. Wait, other than the first couple, if vids... Okay, not sure what you're saying there, Jim. Oh, thank you, Sheila. Yeah, this quilt here, it's taken a while. This is one of my works in progress, but I might turn it into another episode where I tell the story behind this quilt too. So, anyway, yeah, it's 8:34, so I'm going to start wrapping it up here, guys. I want to say thank you to all of you. I know you guys have choices in who you can follow and spend time with on YouTube, and from some reason you guys decided to spend time with this crazy weirdo on YouTube, so I appreciate that. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it tonight. Please have a great rest of the weekend. I'll stay on for about another minute just to see if there's any other questions. But yeah, Zoom chat coming up on Sunday. I will be posting the reminder and the Zoom information about that. And or Rima, if you could actually just send me an email about the gift card, the e-gift. More specifically, which one it is, because I had 4 of them sent to me, and I don't know. I'm afraid to click on the link and download a virus. So, all right. Thank you, guys. Good night to you all. And have seen almost all of your videos as they went live. Oh, okay. Got it. Thank you, Jim. All right, so that's it for tonight. Can anyone join your Zoom? Yes, Mozilla. Just send me an email Or if you're if you're part of the Treasure Heart Creations Facebook group, you'll see the information get posted later on this week. Or again, if you're not part of that but you want to join in, just send me an email. I can send you the information on joining the meeting. So it's open to anyone. And oh gosh, sometimes there's been times when we've been on Zoom till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, just chatting up a storm and sharing. All right, good night, everybody. Take care. Have a great rest of the week. Please stay cool. Please stay safe. And you know what I'm going to say. So let's all get out there and let's all create something. Bye.